Raye Avery is one of the leading advocates for education in the city, and I'd argue in the state of Delaware. I put her right up there with the likes of J Street and William Hicks Anderson and Chancellor Seitz and Attorney Lewis Redding.
She has fought for her community. She has educated our African American students in so many ways and opened doors for them and created opportunities for many people in her community, such as myself.
People at the job even call her mom because of the things she does. She's really phenomenal.
Raye Avery has brought educational advocacy and matched that with cultural arts in a very specific way. I think if you talk to Raye, she'd tell you that kids learn in different ways, and our ability to affect them in those ways is important. Arts is a primary way of doing that, and she's used that particular discipline in a way that has captured the attention and imagination of children, adults throughout the Delaware Valley in meaningful ways.
I think the fact that she wants to increase opportunities for the children who live in our city, who are our kids. She believes in our kids. She's committed to living here and working with them. And she's done that through Kumba. She's done that through Christina Cultural Arts Center. She's done that through programming in Christina. She's done it through programming in other school districts.
To know that something that I've been in since I was in the 5th grade, to know that she's also one of the board members / founders of that, just lets me know, like, you've been in the background of my life and many of my own comrades, and to know that you kind of helped us and set forth the paths that we've taken shows a lot.
My personal experience with my children, Kumba Academy and Christiana Cultural Arts Center was our foundation as a family. At Kumba Academy Charter School, despite how many times I might have an attitude or how many times I might say, well, this is not right, they've always redirected me to better me so I can better the children. And we do not have that in the public school system.
I think Raye's worthy of lots of recognitions, by the way, but to have the Delaware barristers recognize her makes a lot of sense to me, because equality and justice is at the center of everything Raye does. And I know the Delaware barristers are about that.
Raye is worthy of this award, if for no other reason, of her passionate involvement in all the litigation that has transpired from the January 9, 1978 order all the way through the 2009 matter and the matter of Christina versus the city of Wilmington. Raye was a council table. Raye was a part of the strategies and the discussions as we went forward with the litigation. Raye was a part of recruiting lawyers to make sure that we had representation. So her involvement as an advocate and being a part of those of us who had to work with lawyers to bring the litigation, and successful most of the time, for that alone, she's worthy of this award.
So I think Raye's biggest impact to the state, for me personally, would be all of the work that she's done around public schools and equitable resource allocation. So I think that the work she did as the chairwoman of the Neighborhood Schools Committee back in January of 2000, they issued a report. I think that work is seminal for me. I mean, and it has a huge impact on the state of Delaware.
Machiavellian, famous quote, "To do something at the ends meet the needs."
And I got to tell you, when things don't quite work out from a more governance perspective, when she sees something not going particularly well as she's sort of running a committee or doing something like that, she takes it to heart. So what happened the best thing that happened in the Wilmington Neighborhood Schools Committee was Kumba Academy. She started a school.
In the absence of her contribution, then the success of charter schools, even though I'm not a proponent of charter schools, would not have been made. She set out to prove to everybody that properly motivated and with the right staff and the right resources, all children can learn, and she certainly achieved that. So the charter school system would not be the same had she not entered into that arena and created the Kumba Academy.
So this commitment she has, I don't think it's a commitment that just started yesterday or today, right? Like she had that commitment in the 80s and the 90s, and here we are in 2015, going into 2016, and that commitment to our youth is still there. And her ability to mentor people and work with them, you know, she doesn't get paid for any of that. That's just all her goodwill and her positive energy that she gives back to people in the community who come and seek her help and her guidance and her advice.
And she's one of those few people who actually understand and follow the premise of the Talented 10th, and that is that for those who are able to benefit from the struggle, she's been one of the people that has benefited from the struggle and has done everything she could to give back. And so that's a quality and attribute that everybody doesn't have, and something that I had the utmost respect for her because she has been that way her entire career.
What would Louis Redding say about Raye Avery? He would say, keep going, that the battle is not over, that there's still lots of work to be done. And I think he would make sure she was challenging everybody in this room tonight to ask themselves what they were doing to make sure that we were protecting the least advantaged in our community.
I think he would just say he would love her, and he would say we need more folks like Raye around, right?